Hey folks, Bill here with Guillory Fine Art. Today I want to show you a quick way to create a collage. I have all of the images I want to use in one folder. I have my background and I've got several other images of pets that I want to do a quick collage of. So to start off with, I'm going to go to File, New Canvas, and I could rename it if I want. I'll just keep it untitled. I'm going to use a preset and I'm going to select 8 by 10 inches. Now this is making it 8 wide and 10 high, but I want to reverse it, so I'll select the double arrows here, and now it's 10 wide and 8 high. The resolution's 300, which is good for me. Select OK. Now first off, I like to have a blank canvas at the bottom of my layer stacks. So what I'm going to do is add a color fill layer, and I'm just going to make it white. It could be any color. Okay, once I do that, then I'm going to go to add a layer, and it opens up in the same folder that you start off with. So I'm going to select my background layer, and I'm going to go to and select each individual by holding the control key down and selecting the individual images I want to use, and that one there. I'm going to say add as layer, and it has created all of these layers, but I can see right off the bat the my background layers in the middle of it. So I'm going to grab onto it and just drag it down to the bottom above my blank layer. So now I'm going to turn all my other layers off, clicking them one by one, so now I can see just what I have. And I can tell that the background layer is not quite as wide as my canvas. So I will go to the transform, and I'm going to say fill canvas. Okay. Now I'll come back to my next layer right above it. I'll turn that layer on, holding the shift key. I'm still in the transform. I'll hold the shift key, grab a corner and drag it to about the size that I want. I'll place it wherever I think I might be good. Go to the next layer, turn it on. I'm still in my transform key, so I'll hold the shift key down and bring it down and place it where I want. If I'm going to the next image, and I'm going to hold the shift key. Now this one filled in the whole screen. I'm at a fit, so if I do a control negative, now I can shrink it. I can hold my shift key down and shrink this to a size that I can work with. Shift, bring it down, place it there, and go to my next image. I'm going to say fit on this image. I'll turn it on, hold the shift key, bring that one down, place it wherever I want. The reason I'm holding the shift key is if I don't hold the shift key and I just start bringing it down, I can easily skew the picture and get it out of whack. So I just hit the escape key to get out of that. I'm going to hold the shift key down and bring it back to a proportional size I can use. Shift like that, and let's do the last one. Turn that on. That one I'll have to do control negative to back out. Hold the shift key and bring it down smaller. Shift and bring it down smaller. and place it where I want. Now I'm going to do a Control plus. Now all of this is keeping everything perfectly horizontal and rigid, I guess you could say. But if you wanted to kind of play with it and kind of tilt it, go to each image. You're still in the transform mode, so you can grab that image. You can come over and you can grab it and rotate, and then place it wherever you want. So that's placing the images on the collage. But now I want to do I want to zoom in, and I want to create a drop shadow. One thing that On1 does not do is create drop shadows or text drop shadows or anything like that. But an easy workaround is I'll come to the layer, I'll right click, I'll duplicate the layer, come over to my exposure. Now I'll make sure that I'm on the bottom layer that I just duplicated, bring the exposure down, and then I use my right click. I'm still in the transform mode, so I use my right arrow key, and I'll go 1, 2, down arrow key, 1, 2. So that gave me a drop shadow below the box. And I'll do that for each image. I'll right click, duplicate layer, go to the bottom layer of that one, drop the exposure down, right key, 1, 2, bottom, 1, 2. Now if I wanted to, I can lower the opacity on that particular layer, and as you can see when I zoom in, Control plus, it will turn the drop shadow to a gray, a lighter gray, and let some of the texture of the background come through, which is more of a natural looking. So I'm going to go through and finish with the rest of my images. Right click, duplicate layer, go to the bottom layer, bring the exposure down, and right arrow 1, 2, down arrow 1, 2. So let's say if we've gone through the all of our images and created drop shadows, Control negative to get back so we can see what's going on. Then I like to come up to my top layer, I'll right click, and I'll add a new stamped layer. So that's going to stamp everything that you've accomplished so far and create one layer. I can now turn off all my other layers. I think this will helps On1 to be a little quicker and more responsive when you add text. So you can come over here and select text. You get your text box that you can click out of, click back in, and you can move your text wherever you want. You click on the text, highlight it, and change its size, change its color to whatever color you want, say OK, and you can type in whatever you want for the text. Now On1 text fonts will match what the text font that you have on your PC. So if you go out searching and you find a certain font that you like and you purchase it and you download that font on your PC, On1 will recognize it, and you can use that font within On1. And that's creating a collage quick and easy. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.